Hello. You missed 40 minutes of me doing homework because I accidentally showed my teacher's phone number. That was funny. So, it's so funny how this happened. So basically, I was trying to do exercise 26, but I didn't know how to do the exercise because basically when we did the exercise in class, I didn't write down what the teacher was writing down because I was an idiot. So I emailed the professor, and I wanted to look at the assignment here. I wanted to look at this Chapter 8 assessment to see how to do the problem, but it was closed. So I messaged my professor to ask him to open up the assessment. He said he couldn't open up the assessment, but he can help me with whatever I need help with. Then I asked him, okay, I would like to have help for this question, so can you please send the solution? But he didn't send the solution. Instead, he said, okay, call my number, and I can walk you through the question. And I was like, oh, dang it, I don't want to call the professor, but I can't really. It would be a little bit weird to be like, to turn him down there because I was already asking him for his help. So I did call the professor, and he kind of helped me through the question like this, but it was really confusing. I wasn't really getting it very much, man. Like, that is not a good feeling when the teacher is explaining something for like 20 minutes and you still aren't getting it. I haven't had that feeling very often, but anyways, we didn't even get through the whole question. We got this far. I recorded, so this is like a lot of the question, but I mean, it's really weird because I don't know, does the question even ask you to write those entries? Not really. It's so weird how this works because I have no idea, like, what's the process for this? I know how to do the question technically. I mean, I'm going to have to study it a bit more later, but basically, I was able to do the question because I did the question on the assessment. And I could do the question in terms of this part here where I basically it's so weird because I know that you're supposed to like subtract this, and then you're supposed to, if it's overstated and it's here, you subtract it from net income. You decrease net income, and if it's overstated but it's right here, that means you add it. And if it's overstated here, you subtract it. If it's understated here, you add, and if it's understated here, you subtract. So I know how to do that specific thing. I just don't understand the reasoning behind it, and also I don't understand how, like, I kind of get it now, but I didn't quite fully understand how to write these journal entries because that's what the professor was doing in the class, is he was writing down all these journal entries, which I didn't know we were supposed to do that. And I think that's going to be on the test because why on earth would he have gone through the trouble of doing that if it wasn't going to be on the test? So I understand how to do all of this, but I didn't quite understand how to do this part. And I was getting extremely confused because right here it was like 6,000 because it was like 9,000 minus 3,000. I seriously don't get this. Like, I have no idea. Like, this is 6,000, but then here it's actually 11,000. Why? Why is this 11,000? But this is 6,000. It doesn't make any sense to me. Because the beginning of the year, make an adjustment. End of the year, beginning of the year, it was overstated. It was overstated at the end of 2015. At the end of 2015. At the beginning of 2016, we correct the 2015 error. I still don't get this. Man, I seriously don't get this. Like, I don't know why this part is 6,000. I don't know why this is 11,000. I mean, I'd have to think about it for like a million kajillion years, and then maybe I would get it. But anyways, the professor said that he was going to send the entire class some kind of document or something on how to do that question. He still hasn't sent it yet, so I don't know. We'll see. But I'm just going to keep going and keep studying, because actually I have to study the entirety of chapter 9 still. Whoops. This is not looking good. I still have to study all the problems from chapter 9. I'm only halfway done, and I'm not even halfway done, because I'm still not done with chapter 8. I still have to figure out this question. But yeah, we have to go on to chapter 9. Oh man. So now we will open, well, I could probably just open it from here, but how many questions are there here? It's weird. For chapter 9, we actually just started with the exercises. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, geez. 8, 9. We have 9 questions. There are 9 questions to get through. I mean, that doesn't sound like very much, but look at all the stuff I wrote down for each question. Oh, no. You know what's weird? Look at this. I just realized. The professor only assigned... Oh, wait, never mind. I'm an idiot. Okay. He assigned a bunch of exercises, and then he started assigning the problems instead of the exercises. Huh. Weird. Very, very weird. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do all the questions from this page first. So exercise 9.1. I don't know if I'm even going to study the assessment, because, yeah. I don't know why the professor, he doesn't know what's going on in terms of the online homework. Like, he doesn't know how to, open it. Like, what was he saying earlier anyways? Like, was the reason why he couldn't open up the assessment. Not sure how to do that. I don't know why it's set to close automatically. That's really dumb. I wish we could study the assessments. It would be very, very helpful to study those assessments. Now I can still study chapter 9. Man. I didn't even get 100% on that one. I probably should look at that one question I got wrong on chapter 9. Anyways. Okay, exercise 9.1. I don't know. I have no idea why I'm doing this right now. It's because I'm a piece of garbage. I'm a complete, stupid, idiotic piece of crap. But what do I look like with my haircut? That was funny. I just recently got a weird haircut. But yep, that's what my haircut looks like. That was funny. Bye. I mean, not bye. What the? Okay. Switch to chapter 9. And what if the professor doesn't send a thingamajiggamajog? That was funny. What if he doesn't send it? Huh. Well, what I'll probably do is try to figure it out by myself, because I think I got most of what he was saying. Like, I'll try to think it out logically and see if I can get it. And I was able to do the question. I mean, yeah, stop. Exercise. Man, this is a long page. Look at how long this goes. Exercise 9.1. Let us see here. I love how this is like, there's 2 chapters relating to inventory valuation. That was funny. Why are there 2 chapters related to inventory valuation? The least of cost or net realizable value. Oh, this is the simplest thing on earth. This is simple. I mean, I probably shouldn't even study this because it's so simple. Seems a little excessive. I think, you know what? I'm running out of time here. I'm not going to do every question in its entirety. So here's the thing. I'm going to basically think about how to solve the question, then I'm going to look at the solution to see if that is in fact how you solve it. Okay. So, determine the inventory using the least of cost or net realizable value. Apply this method to each item. Okay, so A, all you have to do is do this times this. Nope. Sorry, stop. Figure out what is the case. Oh my gosh, I'm stupid. This is why I need to study, because I'm gonna get stuck if I'm on the test. What is wrong with me right now? Okay. You obviously you don't have to do this times this and this times this, because you already know that this is less than this. But why do I remember that we were multiplying this times this and this times this? It doesn't make any sense. You're supposed to just take the lesser of these, multiply it with this to get the answer. For each item individually, you do this times the lower of these 2, and you get your answer. And then you add all the values, and you get your answer. Second question, apply the method to the total of the inventory. In that case, you will I'm just going to guess. I'm pretty sure this is what you do, but you do every number times this, all these, and then all these times all these, and then you have 2 answers, and then you choose the lesser of those 2 answers, and the answers going to end up being NRV. So what I actually did was I typed all the stuff in. I did total cost and total NRV for every single one. That's hilarious. So yeah. I multiplied this times this, and I did this times this to get all these. Then I added them all up to get this and this. Now, if you do each one individually, so for A, what I did was I took I took the lesser of this or this, and then I added them up. I added each one up and took only the lesser of each one. And then for this one, I just did, it equals this, because this is the total. So yeah, I know how to do 9.1. I don't need to do it again. We're done with that. Okay, so 9.2, let's see. 9.2. So they use the least of cost and net realizable value method on an individual item basis. So yeah, in pricing its inventory items. The inventory consists of these products. So we have your estimated selling price, your cost to complete, and your selling costs. Determine the proper unit value for balance sheet reporting purposes for each of the inventory items. Okay, so for this one, they did not give you the NRV. Instead, what they gave you is the cost to complete, and the selling cost. So what you have to do is take the estimated selling price, you subtract cost to complete, and you subtract selling costs, and that equals the NRV, and then you take the lesser of each. So let's see. What I did, we have the costs of 75, 80, blah, 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 cost complete. So the NRV is always going to be equal to what? It's going to be equal to this minus this and minus this equals NRV. So, yes. And then, you know what's funny? I did a formula for these. Oh, never mind, I didn't. Oh, yes, I did. For this one, I did minimum of this and this. Or, no, minimum of this and this. No, this and this. I did the minimum of this and this, so that's kind of cool. But anyways. So we got that. Yep, that's the unit value. So I know how to do 9.2. That's pretty straightforward. Shut up. 9.8. 9.8 is the next question. 9.8. So what is 9.8? So for this one, journal entries. Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to have to do this, because I'm always confused by journal entry questions because the textbook sucks. That's funny. Man, journal entries wouldn't be so hard if the textbook actually explained them better. Like, oftentimes they just simply don't explain what entries you're supposed to write. Like, what? Hello? How are you supposed to know what to write if you don't tell me? Maybe I'm just, for literally every question, I'm just simply not finding it in the chapter. But, I mean, come on. They give you like a big giant block of information, and then you have to go digging through all that information to find stuff. It's so fun. I prefer the curriculum of my math curriculums at Tri-State Christian School. The Saxon math books are so great. Man, those were... No wonder I loved math class. I had a good curriculum. I just realized something. I just realized I loved math back in the day because it was easy, because the curriculum was actually good. Dude, how different would my life be right now if I had a bad math curriculum? Like, what on earth? But what was my math curriculum like before the Saxon math books? Maybe my life wouldn't be that different, but like, in those books, they had what little mini lessons. Instead of giant chapters you had to read through, they just had little mini lessons, and then they gave you a few questions they gave you some practice questions from that mini lesson, And then they put a few of those practice questions into a problem set, and in the problem set, they would have questions from previous lessons. And it would just accumulate over time. You got to constantly practice all the different questions over and over again throughout the course. But all the little mini lessons were easy chunks of information to get through. But no, most textbooks, they give you a giant chapter that takes 5 years to read, and you have to memorize like 10 billion kajillion pieces of information all at once. Then take a test over that information, and then you're done with it and you never look at it again. Great. That is so awesome. Why don't more curriculums do the thing that the Saxon math books do? That's literally the only one that does it. That's the only one. Here I am sitting here in an accounting class having to read through a giant long chapter and then try to do questions for that chapter, and it's taking forever to find how to do that question. And it's not like there's a lot of questions where they don't directly tell you how to answer the question, which is the reason I was having problems doing that one question. I had to call a professor to ask me how to help me through the question, because it literally didn't explain how to do it. It didn't explain how to do it in the textbook. They're like, here's no information. Now let's give you a question that, in order to solve the question, you cannot look in the textbook to see how to do the question because it doesn't tell you. That's fine. Man, I hate these textbooks. My God. Can I ever just get a good textbook? Like, when's the last time I had a really good textbook that was easy to learn from? My financial accounting class had a good textbook, I think. That was the last time. I really liked that financial accounting textbook. It was very easy to understand. And it had clear examples for every single type of problem you could possibly need to do. Like, it gave lots of example problems, and it clearly explained everything. And now I'm onto this stupid crap textbook. Journal entries, like, do they explain how to do a journal entry? Let's see, what kinds of journal entries are we trying to do right now? They determined its ending inventory at cost and at lower of cost or market. And now, prepare the journal entries required. Assuming that inventory is recorded at market, so all you have to do is try to convert your inventory cost from cost to lower of cost or market. Well, obviously, the market one was the lower one because they're both lower than the cost. Wait, no, it says inventory is recorded at market, not cost. What the heck? Oh, dude, I think this was one of the ones that was so hard that I didn't even do it. Dude, I'm gonna just look at the solution. God. I hate this question. Why does it say it's... I hate the way this question is worded. It makes it sound like it's already recorded at the market value. Man, I hate this question. I hate the wording of the way this textbook words questions. It's so confusing. Cost of goods sold method is used. Man, just man. Loss method. So there's prepare journal entries for lower of cost or market for a situation where you use cost of goods sold method and for use loss method. This is supposed to be the year 2019 and 2020. Inventory costs, lower of cost of market, 29, inventory costs. I mean, just subtract, that's pretty obvious. Did I mess this up? Why is this 29,000? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, 25,000 here. What on earth is going on over here? Why is there a 25,000 here? Why is this 4,000? Oh, I get it. It's because you're trying to get it from 29 to 25. The only difference between the two methods is instead of cost of goods sold. Oh, no, it's not the only difference. Okay, so for this one, you have loss due to decline of inventory, allowance to reduce inventory to market, and then you have allowance to reduce inventory to market as usual, but then you, instead of cost of goods sold, it's loss due to decline of inventory to market. That's the only difference between the two methods. And this is something that I was confused on in the assessment. Because, so, what I was confused on is, what if... No, it doesn't. Loss due to decline of inventory. This makes no sense. This makes no sense. Why would you have a loss as a credit? Because I remember the assessment. Did the professor seriously write this? Because the assessment, I'm pretty sure, had something else. Because I remember specifically struggling on the assessment with that same question. Man, why is this so hard? Oh, because our curriculum is terrible. My God, can our curriculum just not be terrible? Man. If the curriculum really was so good, then I wouldn't be having this many problems. Right? Or it's not my fault. How is this my fault? How is all these problems I'm having right now my fault? Does it explain how to do the question, this type of question in here? Oh, probably, but I'd have to look through this whole freaking chapter to find it. Like, let's see, what was the learning objective? 2? Okay, let's go to learning objective 2. Where is it? Do you have the journal entries here? Where are they? Where are they? Where do you have it? There's a lot of stuff here. What's going on here? Oh, let's see. You made an entry to record the decline in value for the loss method. So you have loss due to the decline of inventory to market. Oh, I see. It didn't explain what you do if you have an increase. Wait. What if these are flipped? What if you have to make an adjusting entry to adjust the allowance? Oh, you didn't explain it! You didn't explain it! You didn't! Where I'm looking for the journal entries. I don't see it. There are none. The textbook doesn't explain it. That's the problem with this course. What on earth? How am I supposed to know how to do that? I don't even know which question it is. Which question is it? Here it is. Here's the question. I had to use trial and error to get this right. I barely got it right because they gave you a list of accounts to look at, and I had to guess which one it was. Oh, guess what? I remember having so much problem with this because they do explain it, but they explain it at the freaking bottom of the chapter in a completely different section. You have to go all the way down here to the bottom of the chapter where you're not looking for the answer, and you have to look at this. What? Why? Why would you do that? You're like, oh yeah, we did explain it. At the bottom of the chapter where it's in Learning Objective 8. That's not even something I even read because I didn't think we were going to have to read that. This caused me so much frustration like a week ago when I did this assignment. And now it's causing me frustration again when I'm studying for the test. Here's the entry. It's right here. You recovered the loss. Now you say recovery of inventory loss. You really had to give a freaking exercise question that had this explanation at the bottom of the chapter. Why? Just why? This is just inefficient. It cannot possibly be a good idea to intentionally make it hard to read your textbook. Because the primary reason you're reading the textbook is to learn how to do accounting. It is not to train your brain with hard exercises in trying to find information. This is not complicated. This information is not complicated. But here I sit, having been sitting here for like 7 freaking hours trying to study for this test, having all of this trouble and not understanding it. Thanks a lot, textbook. You're such a good textbook. Man. For some reason, I don't know why my professor lost this here. It shouldn't this be the recovery of inventory loss? Because that's what we had in our assessment. In our assessment, when you have to adjust the allowance thingamajiggamajig. That was funny. So here's how you get this. You established your allowance account of $29,000. Now for the next year, you have to get your allowance account from $29,000 to $25,000. So you now reduce the allowance account, and then you reduce cost of goods sold. Then, now you lose using the loss method instead. So instead of writing cost of goods sold, you write loss due to decline of inventory to market. Man. Like instead of directly reducing cost of goods sold, no, you increase cost of goods sold here. What? Wait, why are you increasing? Why are you increasing cost of goods sold? Oh, man, why is this so confusing? Why? Oh, man, I don't think I got this when I first did the problem, but they're increasing cost of goods sold. They're increasing it. It's recorded at this value. It's recorded at this. We want cost of goods sold to be recorded. Cost of goods sold. When you debit cost of goods sold, that means you increase cost of goods sold. You increase your expense of cost of goods sold. Inventory. Reducing inventory. Oh wait, I'm such an idiot. I was confusing inventory with cost of goods sold. I'm stupid. I was literally conflating. I was thinking cost of goods sold equals inventory. Man. So if you decrease, if your inventory is recorded at the least of cost of net realizable value, that means your cost was this, but your realizable value is this. That means that you lost money. Wait, and if you lose money, that means your cost is increased. Wait, how does that make any sense? This is confusing. This is just confusing. Why? Man, I can't be bothered to try to look through the chapter to read the concept of why. Man. You increase your costs of goods sold. By the amount, the difference between those two amounts. Cost of inventory. I'm not even going to try to think about the reasoning behind it. I'm just going to memorize the fact that you do this at this point because I have to get through the rest of this studying section. I mean, it's already 7:48. I have my test tomorrow morning. So when you have a question where you have cost and then net realizable value, I mean, December 2020. Semi-inventory. Perpetual inventory system using the cost of goods sold method. If you have cost of goods sold method, you increase cost of goods sold, and then you also increase allowance to reduce inventory to NRV. Because allowance to reduce inventory to NRV. I don't even know where the loss method in the loss method. Where is the loss thing recorded in? Like what part of the income statement is that recorded in? I can't be bothered to look it up. So if you have that, and then the next year you have a certain amount of money decreased. However, once you get that new amount, you cannot just directly use that as the number. Instead, what you have to do is you have to get this number to get to that other number. So apparently we had to reduce the allowance by this amount. And we also reduced cost of goods sold. In both cases, you're basically increasing both of the two accounts. But they have opposite effects. That was fun. So for the cost of goods sold method, you establish your allowance, and then you affect the cost of goods sold. And in the other method, you have an account. If you increase the allowance, You increase the loss due to the decline of inventory to NRV. Hold up. Hold the phone just 1 second. Hold the phone. The questions are not analogous because this question is lower of cost or market, not lower of net realizable value. So this isn't even, these two questions aren't even the same question. Because, oh no. When I get to the test, what am I going to freaking do when I have to deal with this? Because this is not even talking about the same thing. The professor had us do this account again, which doesn't make any sense. Which doesn't make any sense. Why would you credit an expense account? You write off the expense account at the end of the year, so it doesn't make any sense to credit an expense account. This doesn't make sense. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna hope it's like recovery of inventory loss. I mean, what else could it possibly be? It has to be that. Recovery. You know what? It's probably recovery of loss due to market decline of inventory. That's probably what it is. Thankfully, our professor gives us the list of accounts to choose from, so hopefully that will be one of the ones. I believe that what we're going to be writing instead of this thing right here, I think if we have to decrease the allowance and decrease whatever other thing is. I mean, it's so confusing, but it's going to actually be recovery of loss due to market decline of inventory. Okay, I understand 9.8. 9.8, there was one other part of it. Which of the two methods provides higher net income? They're the same. Okay, what was the next question? 9.12. What is 9.12? Was this a weird one where I didn't know what to do? I think this has outstanding non-cancelable purchase commitments. Oh, I'm even gonna remember I do this tomorrow. I wouldn't hate accounting this much if their curriculum wasn't so bad. I actually didn't mind accounting when I took a financial accounting because the textbook was decent. Now I hate it because I hate this textbook. Man. Like, I'd much rather be doing this than writing papers or whatever. But this textbook is really bad. And it's not like it's an old textbook either. These are all the textbooks we always use for college classes are relatively new. Like, what year is this textbook from anyways? Like, I'm gonna literally go back to the beginning of the textbook and see what year it was made. Doesn't even say. Seriously? Doesn't even say the year it was made. The heck? What the heck? It doesn't even have a... It doesn't even say what date. The date. This is awesome. Where the heck is it? I'm looking and I can't find it. There's dedication. Oh, of course it was written by males. That was funny. Of course, every freaking textbook is written by males. Just figures. Wow, good job. Good freaking job, guys. You made such a great textbook. You know, I bet this textbook was written by accountants and not educators. I think I said that, something like that before, whatever. Oh, you have a degree in accounting. You don't have a degree in education. So you have no idea how to teach people. Oh, I just love how there's no actual copyright page or whatever it's called where it says the date that it was made. I'm looking for it. I don't care. It's so fun. Where's the date that it was made? Where's the copyright? Where's the freaking copyright page? There is none. There's no copyright page. What's the Intermediate Accounting 17th edition? I'm not even gonna look for it anymore. The textbook is so bad that I don't even get to see the year of that it was made in. That's how bad it is. Let's go to the bottom. Not even at the bottom does it say it. Not even at the bottom. Not even there. Funny. So funny. There's a copyright. That's the freaking picture. Outstanding non-cancelable purchase commitment. They made an agreement that they will purchase things in the future, and it's non-cancelable. Okay. So it's so weird how this works. This is such a weird thing. Basically, it depends. If you made a non-cancelable purchase commitment, then it depends on whether or not you're getting a discount. It's so stinking weird. If you make a non-cancelable purchase commitment and the market price is higher than your price, then you do not. All you do is report it in the notes. If you made a non-cancelable purchase commitment and the market price is in fact lower than your price, then what do? Oh, man. I have to do this question. A, disclose the notes. B, And B, the contract price is this. Multiply the two things together to get that one. The market price is this. Now you figure out the loss. You figure out how much you lost. You figure out the loss. Then you record an unrealized holding gain or loss income purchase commitments. You figure out an unrealized holding gain or loss. If it's a debit, that means it's a loss. You have a loss. It's a debit of the amount that you lost. Estimated liability on purchase commitments. And footnote. I got a notification, which was probably useless. Yep, it was. There's a charge on the phone. It's only at 44%. We're going to have our first in-person test in that class because the first test was weird, so we couldn't get the computer room. So because of stuff, because we moved the test up to a later date. So anyway, date. Sniffy. So unrealized holding gain. Unrealized. So if you have a purchase commit, non-cancelable purchase commitment, and the market price is lower than your price, then you figure out how much of the loss it was. Then report it as an unrealized holding gain or loss income purchase commitments. Why is it income? Like just regular income? I don't know why it's dash income. That is weird. Those one. Purchase commitments. And then estimated liability on purchase commitments. Estimated liability on purchase commitments. Estimated purchase commitments. C. What is C? What is C? What's freaking C? Oh, man. You received your gallon ticket. Now, what you are going to do for the entry on that one? Oh, I have no idea. I'm just going to look at it. Did I even write this down correctly? I said raw materials. I even... Oh, I have no idea what I just did. What did I just do? I don't know. Okay. Oh. Okay, so you have accounts payable. Okay, so estimated liability. You cancel the liability. You cancel the liability. You cancel the estimated liability, and you instead replace it with the actual liability of accounts payable. So, oh, what? What? No. No, no. No, you do increase accounts payable. You increase raw materials. Somehow, you actually record the market price of the thing that you bought. You record the market price. What the heck? You record as the market price instead of your actual price. When you receive the shipment of the gallons of something, you do not record it as you don't record it as the contract price. You record it as the market price. You completely get rid of your estimated liability and replace it with the real liability and then you put your actual liability with the full price. Wait. So the raw materials you record at market price, the accounts payable you record it at the contract price. For that question, you have unrealized holding gain or loss, income, purchase commitments. If the market price is higher than your price, that means you only need to close it in notes. If the market price is lower, then you record an unrealized holding loss. The unrealized holding loss of tenth the amount and an estimated liability on purchase commitments. Then, when you receive the shipment, you increase raw materials by the market price. You undo your estimated liability entry, and then you record the accounts payable at the contract price. Okay, that was fun. Am I going to fail the test? I've only finished one of 3 sheets. Hate myself. Sheet 2, we have problem 6, problem 8, problem 9. Problem number 6. Dude, I think I remember this stuff. Oh no, I'm gonna screw myself here. I think I'm gonna have to do these problems because, like, I don't know if I'm gonna remember how to do it. What is it, problem 6? I'm gonna add another sheet. Oh no. Wait, here it is. It's right here. Problem 6, 9.6. Oh, great. Oh, great. Man, please just don't let me fail the test. I probably would fail the test if I wasn't doing the study session. Man. I'm going to keep this thing open in case I can look at it for help, I guess, but when is our professor going to send the thing? Please. I just noticed something. When I was emailing the professor, he referred to me as Noah in the email. And then in class, he always refers to every single person by their last name. That's kind of weird. Problem 9.6. Lost most of its inventory in a fire. There are these corporate records. There's a certain amount of remaining merchandise that is undamaged. Damaged merchandise has a net realizable value of this. Company does not carry fire insurance. Calculate what? I'm completely lost on this question. I have no idea what to do. So, I hate myself. Dude, how long is it going to take to charge with this thing? Man. Basically, I'm just going to look at the answer and then I'm going to... So, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward thing that you most of the time do. You just get you do beginning inventory plus purchases, less purchase returns equals goods available. Then you have sales revenue. Less sales returns equals net sales. Less gross profit. Okay, so you basically have your goods available for sale, and then you want to calculate your sales at cost, because you have goods available for sale, then you subtract the sales, and then you get your ending inventory. So you get your sales. You have sales revenue minus less sales returns equals net sales. Less gross profit. Now, how did you get gross profit? Well, you multiplied this by the amount of net sales, and you got 35% times this. So you got that. So never mind. This minus this equals this, and then this minus this equals approximate inventory at cost. So you've now calculated what your inventory should be. However, so you should have 89,900, but actually there's only 30,000 left. However, maybe this should be added to this. So shouldn't you just add this and this? Well, let's see what happens. So you have this. Undamaged selling price times 0.65. What on earth? Why did you multiply it by 0.65? Because the gross profit percentage. Oh, So they didn't give you the amount of inventory at cost. They give you it at the selling price. So what you have to do is figure out what... Wait. But wait just a minute. Why do you multiply it by... 65%? Did I do it wrong? Did I multiply it by the wrong amount? Oh, come on, dude. How is... This doesn't make any sense to me right now. You multiplied this, multiplied by the selling price of stuff. This makes no sense. What the heck? What the heck? You obtained gross profit. Oh. Oh. Damage 66,400. Where is that coming from? Jeez, what on earth is going on here? Is it this minus this? Probably. You did this minus this to get this. This is the inventory. I mean, this appears to be correct. I think I understand. Because basically, watch this. 0.65 times the selling price of $394. It gives you the same answer. So if I had done the same process as above, it would have been the same. Like, basically, instead of multiplying this by 0.35 and then you subtract this minus this, you could just multiply this by 0.65 to get this directly without having to do the extra step. Is that what we're gonna have to do on the test? I don't know. I'm probably not gonna do this problem. I'm just looking at it and understanding what to do. So you have beginning inventory plus purchases less purchase returns equals goods available. You have sales. Then you subtract you subtract goods sold, but you subtract the sales at cost from goods available to get the ending inventory. They gave you sales revenue minus sales returns equals net sales, and then to get the sales at the cost, they give you a gross profit percentage. So one way to do it is to multiply the gross profit percentage by the net sales, and then you subtract that number from net sales to get the sales at cost. However, instead of doing that, you could just multiply it by 0.65 to get this. And then goods available minus sales at cost equals approximate inventory at cost. Now there was 30,000 remaining. There was 30,000 undamaged as a selling price. Multiply it by 0.65, you get the cost of the remaining inventory. So there's this much remaining inventory. How much did you lose? You do this minus this equals this. That's the amount that was damaged. You didn't lose it, it was damaged. Now, why do you do this minus this? Oh, what? This makes no sense. Oh, I get it. Okay, so you have this much damaged inventory. You would have been able to get 66,000, but you only got 8,000. So therefore, you subtract the 8,000 from it and you have this much loss. Oh my gosh, is this going to be on the test? I understand how it works. Man, what if I can't come up with this stuff when I'm taking the test? Man, but I'm not going to bother doing the question now. Problem 9.8. Here's the retail inventory method. I think I might do this question. The only reason I didn't do 9.6 was because I had no freaking idea how to do it, so I just looked at the answer. I wish, what would be really nice of our professor is if he gave us the answer key, because it's not like we're going to use the answer key to cheat on our homework. We could use it to study, because the answer key will actually have explanations of all the problems. That would be very, very convenient. What classes have I had in the past where I could use an answer key? I know how to do this question. I know how to do this. Do I even need to study this? This is a very tedious and long process to do this. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm just going to look at the process. Because compute the inventory. God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Inventory, purchases, freight in. Freight in is added to the cost of inventory. Purchase returns you subtract. Transfers in from the suburban branch. You treat that as extra purchases, I believe. You treat the transfers as extra purchases. Transfers. See? Transfers. You basically treat it as extra purchases. Then, weird thing here. You have compute inventory at retail prices. And then there's lower of average cost or market. Okay, so I think I remember messing this up. I have to get the difference between... Lower of average cost or market. Goods available for sale. What the crap? Wait. Lower of cost or market. Lower of average cost or market. Time to find this. Man, time to find that. Learning objective 5. Dollar value LIFO. Oh, I'm gonna die. We have another dollar value LIFO question coming up. Man, why do I hate dollar value LIFO so much? I mean, I just spent 5 billion years trying to do a different question in the last chapter on dollar value LIFO. Now we have another. We're gonna have another one. Oh.